Everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. PSSM Global Australia welcomes all the masters for joining us today from across different time zones to this day 12 of the journey to reinvent yourself. Today, we have got Radhika ma'am, who is taking us through the all important topic of abundance. For those masters who have missed any of our sessions or who are new joining us today, they can watch all our sessions in our YouTube channel, PSSM Global Australia. We have put each and every session into YouTube. Uh, Before we start, I'll request each one of our masters to keep a water bottle near you and also keep a notebook and a pen handy so that if you have any doubts or questions, you can note down. With this, I'll give it over to you, Radhika ma'am. Welcome. Thanks for taking time.
Thank you, Ankit. Thank you so much. I would request everyone to sit in a comfortable position. If anyone is wearing glasses, kindly remove that. Take a few minutes to tune into yourself, to tune into the surroundings inside of you and not outside of you. Just be with your gentle, natural, easy breath. Do not let any thoughts or any kind of situation hamper you right now in this moment. Let us rewire our mind and ourselves today with this beautiful frequency of abundance, of removing any limitations of what we can achieve. No thoughts, no visualizations, simply being one with your gentle, natural, beautiful breath and so it is. remember who we are truly. Let us remember that we belong to the source itself. Let us remember all the limitations that we have in our mind are solely that limited and nothing. My dear friends, my dear birds, as you're taking the breath in, inhaling the cosmic prana, the chi energy, source energy, feel it cleansing you deeply. Feel it completely removing any stagnated thought process, anything that does not resonate with you in your current reality. And as you breathe out, breathing out all those limitations, all the toxicity, all the negativity, anything that is holding you back out of your body, flushing it like the toxins, flushing it like the unnecessary things in your body. And as you're doing it, simply witness the energy of a huge abundance pyramid that has been installed on our heads, cycled and powered by the central sun, the great central sun. We are all under this big golden pyramid. It has multiple crystals embedded within it. There's a shower of light right now bestowed upon all of us, this entire group. Simply feel the warmth of the shower, feel the warmth of that pyramid above your head, tingling your crown chakra, tingling your sahasrara. As all the light packets are being downloaded in form of information, form of healing, in form of memories of who you truly are. Meanwhile, you're also letting go of all the old stuff, old patterns, toxic patterns which do not serve you, back to Mother Earth. You simply be with your breath. Any movement of arises to that, feel your breath, feel your breath, one with your breath. And so Nobody will open their eyes and realize it. Simply go deeper with each understanding the power you behold, knowing in your being that you are the very universe you seek outside of you. What you seek is seeking you, as Rumi would say. Become the Rumi within you. Become the Christ within you. Become the Krishna, the Radha, Kali, the Durga, the Shiva within you. It is all within you and nothing is outside. That is true abundance of knowing how powerfully amazing. Last 2 minutes. Begin to feel the presence of your body in this moment, right now, within the group consciousness that you are present. Do not open your eyes. Just be with your gentle, natural, beautiful breath, continuously observing, seeing, and feeling connected to your heart and to the universe inside and outside. And for the next few moments, we will completely meditate in silence, knowing that that is our true nature, eternal silence covered by divine darkness, which helps us believe in everything that is related to light. And so it is. Last 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently place your palms on your eyes without rubbing. Make sure it is your palms and not your fingers on your eyes. Soak in these beautiful energies and open your eyes when you're ready. A very good evening and good morning to all from whatever part of the country or the world you're joining in. I would like you all to give yourself a big round of applause for this amazing meditation, for being in sync, for being in unity always, creating this amazing group energies and that consciousness that keeps rising with every day, getting in that tune, that sync of being with one another. So today we have a very interesting topic, and I'm very, very happy that I got the opportunity to take that topic. I love when Pari does it though, no doubt about it, because she does it the best. But I'm thankful nonetheless that I have the opportunity to do it for all of you. So today's topic is abundance and money mindset. A very, very taboo kind of a topic, especially in a spiritual arena. Oh, can we take money? Oh, is money, is money spiritual? Oh, is abundance spiritual? So all of that, the myths around that unease around this topic, I am sure that by the end of the hour, when we are done with this topic, you will feel more confident and more powerful in your being and know that, there are certain things in your head which are just in your head and, nothing to do with the reality per se. So let me quickly share the screen with you guys. Allow me a moment, please. I hope everybody is able to see my screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Great. Thank you. So let me quickly, we know the basic rules. No content can be copied. It all belongs to global, blah, blah. Now this is my favorite part. This is the best part of the whole class. The quote by Mr. Patriji himself. Nobody is our savior. We get to save ourselves from our own disastrous thinking, from our own negative thinking. Disastrous thoughts breed disasters, negative thoughts breed failures. And I think this is something we've already covered in the class of 4 types of thoughts. What are 4 types of thoughts? What does happen when you are in that kind of mind zone? So why this particular quote for this particular class? I'll quickly tell you that. Understanding with what is abundance and what it is not. Abundance is the flow of creative energy from the divine mind or source. And now if we go back to what Patriji just said, and if we come back to this, we will realize everything is energy. Everything that exists within our universe just operates on vibration, frequency, and energy. And if we have these 3 things sorted in our head, we would know that how to think, how to speak, how to be, and how to deal with situations around ourselves. What we speak is our reality. What we think is our reality. What we consume is our reality. Abundance is not something that happens to you. Abundance is something that you are. We are all abundant. As spirituality is something that does not happen to us, it is what we are, and we are experiencing this human form. If I won't say the legends would say, if anybody has experienced that in their meditation or have felt it, I mean, you would resonate with this. There is a vault of abundance in heavens above, or the dimensions above, as you want to speak to it, that is always open for us, that we can always speak to, that we can always ask from. And now, when I say abundance, I'm not talking about money here. Money is a byproduct of abundant mindset. Abundance is not equal to money. Abundance is living in the present moment, knowing that you are a powerful creator and that you do not need to use unnecessary means of the 7 sins that we call, or manipulative thought process to be at a particular pedestal. If we go to the corporate side of the world, what is corporate jungle? Wherein you're made to feel that the salary that shows in your bank account is the worth of who you are in person. That the merits and the accolades that you get from your team manager is what represents you in your character. That if you're not able to meet the targets is what makes you a very poor person in your mind, in your head, and in your psyche altogether. We are being played like social puppets by the world around, and we let them play with us. And that is not what abundance is all about. So what is abundance truly? For that, let's understand 2 aspects. There are only 2 kind of mindsets, okay? Scarcity and abundance. Scarcity will also be read as fear, and abundance can also be read as love. There is no other third dimension in here. These are the only 2 places where you can be. If you are operating from scarcity, if you're operating from fear, you are never in love. You are never in abundance. If you are operating from love, if you're operating from abundance, you are not there in fear, you're not there in scarcity. You can't be in both. There is no middle path here. Middle path is only what we follow. There is no middle path between these 2. You know, there's a term in Hindi, if somebody understands, beach ka bichu. Neither you're here nor I'm here. I'm just like a crow in the middle and people are passing the ball. I'm just standing, okay, wow, I will catch it sometime. No, it can't be that. It can't be that. You have to decide where you stand. You are either here, you're either here. And when you choose abundance, when you choose love, you open your eyes to the manipulations that might be done to you. You open your eyes, you awaken yourself to understanding, okay, if this is not coming from the place of love, this is not where I'm supposed to be. If this is not coming from the place of compassion, of kindness, of understanding, of unity, this is not the place I want to be. It is as simple as that. Abundance brings that creativity within you where you are willingly, doing smart work or hard work. Then the hard work is not where you're grinding yourself for 5.5 hours or 10 hours or 12 hours, thinking that this will help me get the abundance that I want in life. Again, financial abundance is just a part of abundance. Mother Nature is abundant. There is no money related to Mother Nature. She's abundant in all herselves. There is never a shortage of anything with her. It is us, our poor self-image. It is our fears that we have made her scarce of certain resources, of certain, flora, fauna, the animal kingdom. We went berserk. We made her what she is today. She was always abundant. It is our fear, and fear can lead you to do very many things which you never wanted to do in the first place. And it is important that before we went into the depth of the abundance mindset, we discussed about this. So now coming to the 3 misinterpretations. What is that? What are the 3 misinterpretations about the, sorry, I think the slide has changed. Yes. What are the 3 misinterpretations about abundance? First, okay, before I go to the facts. So when you are in a particular place, assuming that something is something, okay? For example, you think that sun is round, sun is orange, sun is blue, whatever you think, and then there is a perception about it. You fail to take or understand that there can be a newer perspective. Probably you are seeing this part of the hand, but you're not seeing this part of the hand. So maybe Sarvoch is seeing this part of the hand, Radhika is seeing this part of the hand, but that doesn't mean that this part of the hand is not true or this part of the hand is not true. Both of us are seeing from our own perspective, but both the perspectives are correct. And that is exactly how these misinterpretations come to be. So our thoughts makes us who we are. And these basic misinterpretations about abundance are so prevalent in the human consciousness that nearly every social structure is based on them. Every social structure, no matter where you go, this is what you're going to find. So even people who teach about abundance perpetuate these three misinterpretations. Sometimes they don't know, maybe they're instilling more fear than they're instilling more love in people. When we are conscious being, there is so much light within us that we must know that there is no place for anything evil or dark or negative in there. Even if it is coming in some form, we always have the power to rewire it. We always have the power to rewind ourselves. We always have the power to be conscious of our own consciousness, that is. And the key term here is being aware. When you're aware of your truth, when you're aware of your reality, when you're aware of everything that goes around, that is when the misinterpretations, the lies, the manipulations, they stop existing. They cease to exist. So how can we be in the abundance consciousness? So talking about the first one, I hope the slides are changing for everyone, right?
Yes, ma'am. They're in sync with what you're talking.
Okay. Okay, just give me a moment. I think.
Ma'am, if you in the last slide, if you say three perceptions, so we see only the heading, we didn't see the details.
You can see just this abundance is finite slide, right?
Yes.
Nothing else.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. You are still seeing the abundance is finite slide and nothing else?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh. So the belief that abundance is finite is the most damaging misperception, as it sets the foundation for the original development of scarcity consciousness. From the single belief, all other abundance misinterpretations are formed or misperceptions are formed. Once this fear of lack has been activated, it becomes self-fulfilling. The energy of fear is not resonant with the energy of abundance when you perceive from the scarcity consciousness. Scarcity, when you are in that mode of being scarce here, then everything else just becomes it just vanishes. There's nothing else there. Then there is no going back. You will always, so there are a lot of questions, a lot of times that we get asked also, that there are people who are always living in fear, and yet they are doing tremendously well, that they are so rich. Now we have to understand something. Any kind of mindset can lead to any kind of results, right? Fear can also lead to abundance, but what kind of abundance or wealth or whatever it is it leading to? A scarcity mindset will lead to abundance, which lies on the foundation of fear, of of lies, of manipulations, of ill health, disease. There is no compassion. There is no heart for the other person. There is simply this truth of the matter that everything that is happening right now in our current reality is coming from the place of scarcity, is coming from the place of lack, and which makes us go into that zone of always being in that fear, because okay, this is working for me, why should I even be where I am? But what happens is we are not truly abundant there. We're just living in the fear, and we just die like that. That is what is happening. The consciousness is never coming up to a point where we are, really seeking that divine connection within. We're just becoming puppets of this 3D matrix. We just go deeper into this pothole, and there's no coming back then. That is what is exactly happening. Second one, which I started with, abundance equals money. No, abundance does not equals money. Abundance never equals money. Money and abundance, again, money is just a byproduct of abundance mindset. Money is something that you can make always. Money is always. So we must understand that there is always financial stability, where we are made to believe that only when we will grind ourselves, only when we will do hard work, only when we will be 12 hours, we'll just slave ourselves to that desk in the office, only then we'll get the money. Only when I'm doing, I am 24/7 available for my business, whatever I am getting into, only then this money is going to come. Only then I will be wealthy. Only then I can fulfill a dream of being in so and so place, of traveling. That is the biggest lie we tell ourselves. The biggest lie ever. Why? Because again we are seeking that fear. We are not seeking the love. We are always seeking from the place of fear. And this is so minutely ingrained within our system that we forget how powerful we truly are, and from what places we can actually seek for the help we truly deserve. Seek for the abundance that we truly are within ourselves, abundant, magical beings. When you equal money to abundance, you will always be in scarcity thoughts, because what does scarcity do? What does lack do? What does not loving yourself do? You feel you're not worthy of something which is coming to you. You feel that you are not worthy of the money that you truly deserve, of the wealth that you truly deserve. And abundance always, what abundance really equals to is the holistic you. Your holistic health, your holistic mindset, your holistic everything holistic which pertains to you and your surrounding. When you tune yourself to the abundance of earth, the abundance above, the abundance below, is when you truly understand what it is to be in the vibration of love, be in the frequency of love. From seeking and asking from place of love. All of us have some form of ego. Some form of ego. How? Okay, maybe, we are very powerful. We can meditate. Before we meditate, we can put an intention to the universe that, I am abundant in every way. That is, whether in health, whether in wealth, whether in terms of friends, family, I am very, very abundant. But, only give me whatever I deserve. Now, only give me whatever I deserve also comes from the place of thinking that maybe I'm not worthy of, getting more than what you think you deserve in your head. Now, I'm talking about a very complicated situation here, but tell me, do not tell me, actually tell yourself honestly, how many people here do that? That you have a quota in your head about what you deserve in your own heart. And when you come with that quota, when you come with that distinctfinity within yourself about you, and then you think that someone else will treat you as the king or the queen that you truly are, it's never going to happen. Abundance also equals to self-love. Abundance also equals to self-respect. Abundance also equals to respecting others, loving others, being compassionate, truly seeing yourself one with everything that there is. And as easy as it is sounding right now, it's very tough to do that. When we live in duality at all times, there is a he, she, they, them, you, I, me, whatever. How do you really believe or think that I can be in unity? Now understand, he, she, they, them, you, I, this is again all a part of this human parcel. Living by the laws of it and truly making yourself up all about it is difference. It's the difference that there is. You can believe in that unity with the laws of the 3D matrix that we are living in, and we can have a very fulfilling, peaceful life. As much the money you want, as much the riches you want in terms of everything. And when you begin to seek from that place of love, you not only help yourself, you actually also help Mother Earth grow. Because you have now become very conscious. You know that, there is always abundance. I do not need to hoard. I do not need to hoard everything. I'm sure everybody remembers the Corona time. Everybody remembers that time. People were stocking toilet papers as if they're going to eat that. Hoarding. I have 50 kg rice in my house, but I will take 50 kg more. It's okay if people are going hungry. I don't care. I have to fill my house. Hoarding. Where did this come from? All came from place of lack. Everything comes from place of lack. Human mind is the most mysterious yet most complicated, yes, yet the most stupid thing that can fool you into believing into certain things which other people want you to believe. Making you exactly the person you do not want to be, or you hate that image of, sometimes we become the person that we truly, truly dislike. And it's true. So abundance equals money is one of the biggest myths ever. Abundance does not equal money. What abundance equals is a healthy mindset of knowing that you are worthy of the money that you get and even more. The amount of hours, the amount of pain, the amount of whatever you're putting in anything, whether you are in a job, in business, a housewife, you're taking care of, a caregiver, anyone. Whether you're earning a single penny or not, please know that your worth is not defined by the salary that you get in your bank account. You are much, much, much more than that. So much more than that. And when you start equating yourself to money, you forget that you are doing yourself the biggest disservice ever. You are your own enemy, the biggest enemy for that matter. And that takes me to the third one, which I was just talking about. Abundance is related to your self-worth. Again, my status will tell me if I can meet Ambani or if I can meet Narendra Modi or if I can be that. Why? I can be that. I believe it. Everything starts from here and starts from here. The moment your heart and your brain is in resonance, the moment you are becoming conscious of the power that you hold within the organs, within the bones, within the nervous system, within the blood that is inside of you, you know that where you have been going wrong all along. There are no set standards of your self-worth. You might have no money in your bank account, and yet you might be the most happy, most wise person out there. While people are running behind all the glamour, all the glitz, you are truly, just sitting there in your room with a cup half filled and thinking that, I'm so grateful that I'm drinking this today. And trust me that pleasure of being satiated within yourself, knowing that you're so grateful that you live to see this day, cannot ever equate to someone sitting on a hoard of money or, being the wealthiest person. And I'm not saying that is not correct. I mean, we should all have abundance. We should have all the finances in the world. But what I'm truly trying to say is that abundance is in no way the representation of you in person. Your status is not equal to who you are in person. If somebody is treating you not as an equal just because you might have less money, or you might be in a certain mindset, or you might be of a certain thought process, that you might be a queer, that you do not, relate to the social terms and dramas, that doesn't make you any less worthy. What it truly reflects is the mindset that they have about everything in life. It has nothing to do with you, but everything to do with them. What you really need to do is to break that social image about yourself. But do you have the courage to do that? Is my question today. Do you have the courage to break free from all of that drama and stand up for yourself, taking your power back and saying, no, I am the most abundant person in this whole wide world, in this whole universe. And I'm so grateful for the universe for all that I have, that I'm breathing today, that I'm with such people. I had my meals, I have a roof on my head. I am just so grateful. And this energy of being grateful really brings back rewards. This helps you not be in these misperceptions, the 3 misperceptions that I just told you about. Everything then starts coming from the place of love. As I said, there are only 2 places of beings, either scarcity or love, lack or love. That's it. And that brings me to the 3 misbehaviors of when you are rich, or I know, how do you want to interpret this? When you have money, the 3 misbehaviors. Begging the divine, whether you have it or not have it. अगर आप मुझे ये दे दोगे तो मैं ₹1.25 का नारियल चढ़ाऊंगी. If my wish comes true, I will come barefoot to so and so temple. If you do so and so, I will sacrifice 100 cows for you. Do you really think there's a God out there actually interested in 100 cows, the bloodshed all there? Do you really think that, donating your hair would actually, make that God happy? How stupid have we become in our heads, thinking that the omnipresent energy, that infinite energy, that something which created us, will actually be sitting there looking for like all the things that we are doing. And this, whatever I shared right now, also comes in the bargaining part of bargaining with the divine. So begging and bargaining goes hand in hand. This is just the 2 of them going hand in hand. आप मुझे ये दे दो तो मैं ऐसा कर दूं. आप बेग भी कर रहे हो, साथ में बार्गेन भी. You're begging and bargaining at the same time with the God. As if you were some mafia sitting out there, there is some barter system happening. And we fool ourselves into thinking, and if something happens, we forget to see that the efforts that we have put. We forget to see that there were so many people around that success which we might have got. It's like, oh my God, you know what? I put that, 1.5 rupees of nariyal out there for the God, and that is why this happened. That's the most foolish thing that we can ever believe in. And this is a misconduct to yourself, to other people, and to the divine energy. That's the most hateful thing that you can ever do to that energy, that omnipresent energy out there. Again, bargaining. If you do this, I will do this. If you do this, I will do this. Give and take. Wherein healthy give and take is very important. But if you're always in that mindset of give and take, I do not think where we are leading ourselves to. Patriji, again, I'll want to repeat one more quote by Patriji. Not giving is material ego, and not receiving is spiritual ego. So we should always be in a state of balance of giving and receiving. So while we are receiving all the abundance and the riches of Mother Earth, do we ever sit and thank her for 1 minute in the whole day, that thank you that I have everything. Thank you that I have my 2 hands intact, my 2 eyes intact. I can speak properly. I can eat properly. I am walking fine. Have we ever thought that rather than focusing on the problems, if we focused on the solutions, how grateful we will become to everything that was around us? That gets to the 3rd one, threatening the divine. If you don't do this, I will commit suicide. Wow, go commit suicide, come back again, do the same pattern, just be in the same pattern, be the same toxic person that you are. Who are you threatening? Do you really think that whatever God, whatever energy you're speaking to would actually be interested in your suicide? Of course they're interested, but you understand you are getting into a very, very big karmic debt by committing suicide. You can be pardoned maybe for 30 times in a row, but the 31st time you will have to repay back everything that you've done in the past lives, and you've not learned the lesson yet. Every time something is happening in loop with you, I know that this was the abundance class, but abundance also equals to everything. So that is like the basic foundation of how we live our life. That is, the moment you feel or understand that there has been a cyclic loop to all you have been doing in life, please know that you're not learning the lesson that you're meant to learn. It is very easy to point a finger, usne ye kiya, they did this, they were the person. Do you ever think, where were you in this whole situation? Sometimes maybe the other person is not the toxic one, you are the one who's toxic. We have to understand this, and this was my first lesson. Again, from coming from a personal place here, because I get very easily attached to people. I'm very giving in nature in terms of love, but I forget how to receive at one point in time, and then I became a victim in my own head, operating from the victim mentality, which has nothing to do with abundance. So for me, everyone in my life was like, you did this, you did this, you did this. What did it lead to? Unhappiness. A very joyful, happy, bubbly girl who never stops to smile at strangers as well, like literally forgot to smile because she was in a victim mentality. She did not know what she was doing in her life. And that is what led to, one day for me to discover, Bhaiya, you are not the victim. You have created this reality for you. So stop being that victim in your head. Maybe you are the toxicity here present in the room. So stop being in that energy. And that is when the whole game plan changed for me. And it can happen over and over. It's not like, you perfect it in one day. Nothing is about perfection. It is all about the journey and learning all of it. So there is no point threatening the divine, guys. Just saying. Which brings me to a beautiful video. And before I play this beautiful video of Patriji, when you threaten the divine, beg the divine, or bargain with the divine, there's always this perception attached that I need blessings. I am seeking blessings. Now, just pray, answer this question. Again, I'm asking to you, but answer it to yourself. Who are you seeking blessing from? When we have come to the utmost truth, thou art that, Tattvam Asi, that you are the Brahman that there is, then who are you seeking blessings from? Yourself. So if you do not hold yourself in that divine image, you will always run from one place to the other, because you will never be of the solution mindset. You will always be in a problem mindset. And that is not where abundance lives. Abundance lives in the heart of people who are always solution oriented. Yes, you might take a day, a month, a year to come to that conclusion. Time is of no utility here, but just being in that awareness that yes, you are that powerful being who doesn't need any blessing can actually be in that place of love. And with that, I'll just play the video for everyone. One moment. Okay, I don't know what is happening. Maybe I'll turn off my video for a moment so that I can play it.
You are not audible. Sorry.
So sorry, I was on mute. My bad. I just said that I will stop sharing from there and I'll just share the video because it's really important that we see that video. It's a very beautiful video and it's easily available on Google. Just a moment, I'll share that. Okay, let me share my screen again.
आपका ध्यान ही आपका आशीर्वाद है। आपके आशीर्वाद आपके पास ही हैं, आपके द्वारा ही मिलने वाले हैं, और उनके द्वारा मिलने वाले नहीं। ये आशीर्वाद अपने आप से मिलते हैं और उनसे नहीं मिलते हैं बाबा। ये सिद्धांत को जानिए आप। कोई भी दूसरा आपका आशीर्वाद नहीं दे सकता है, असंभव है, नामुमकिन है। आप केवल अपने आप से ही आशीर्वाद पा सकते हैं, ध्यान के माध्यम से, स्वाध्याय के माध्यम से, सज्जन संगति के माध्यम से। खूब करो ध्यान, खूब करो स्वाध्याय, खूब करो सज्जन संगति, वही आशीर्वाद है आपके लिए। आप औरों के बारे में मत सोचिए, कोई भी कुछ भी नहीं दे सकता। ये दाढ़ी वाला कुछ भी नहीं है, ये बकवास है दाढ़ी वाला। आप ही भगवान हैं, भगवान ही आपको सब कुछ दे सकते। आप दे सकते हैं, आप स्वयं से पाते हैं बाबा। ये आशीर्वाद की कोई गुंजाइश तो है ही नहीं। आप आइंदा ऐसे बातें नहीं कर रहे। आप PSSM में आशीर्वाद की बातें बिल्कुल नहीं पसंद नहीं है हमें। नो आशीर्वाद, नो 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 नो, ओनली अभ्यास, ओनली स्वयं कृषि, नो आशीर्वाद। ये भारत में क्या बीमारी फैल गई आशीर्वादों की। अमेरिका में कोई भी आशीर्वाद नहीं पूछता है, ये भारत में क्यों पूछता है? पांव पड़ते हैं, आशीर्वाद स्वामी जी, आशीर्वाद स्वामी जी। क्या होता है आशीर्वाद से? कुछ भी होने वाला नहीं। आशीर्वाद मांगना साइंस नहीं है। हम साइंटिफिक हैं, हम अपने आप से पाते हैं, हम अपने आप में सब कुछ हैं, हम अपने आप को लूटते हैं। आशीर्वाद नहीं बाबा, सॉरी यार। अगर आशीर्वाद और कहीं चले जाइए आप, यहाँ तो मिलने वाले नहीं है आपको। यहाँ शास्त्र मिलेगा, साइंस मिलेगा, टेक्नोलॉजी मिलेगी, आशीर्वाद नहीं।
So thank you for your patience. It was in Hindi, but I think that was the best I could find, and definitely share the video that we had on our slide. It would be somewhere. So allow me until today or tomorrow. I will definitely share that video. And for the unversed with what he was speaking, since that video was in Hindi, let me tell you in a very small gist. What he said was, because I know there are a lot of people who are watching this live and you might not be knowing Hindi or it might not be your mother tongue. He said that in PSSM, there is no blessing. You do not come and seek blessings of anyone. There is only science. If you come to PSSM, there is only science. If you come to PSSM, we talk about intellect, we talk about spirituality. We do not talk about seeking blessings, because the blessings that you are seeking, it is within you. It is not outside of you. And he truly, truly firmly believed in it. And a lot of times people used to see his wrath. He used to get so angry when people used to come and touch his feet. He used to go crazy. He was like, if you want to see me as someone, see me as an equal or don't see me at all. I do not want to be seen. If you can't see me as someone who's a friend to you, who's maybe a teacher to you, yes, but that does not entail you will go all gooey about me or you will just, start seeking my blessings. I'm not here to give blessings to people. I'm here to teach people. I'm here to be an equal to you. And I'm here to learn from you. And that was his humility. So this is what was it all about, and that would have brought us to the end of this session today. And to conclude this today, what we did, and I'm sure Pari would be taking another session on abundance, maybe a short one, or she would be introducing it again in some form. The moral here, or the gist of the story, is the more we come from a place of love, come from a place of acceptance, where we know that equally giving and equally receiving are so important in our life, that when we are coming from a place of lack, we will always be in lack, we will always be in fear, we will always be where we do not want to be. And if you are in that place, please stop blaming others. Stop blaming others for, everything in your life. Take responsibility, take some ownership, and know whatever is happening is what you are creating, because you are the creator of your own reality. And it is not a work of one day. Even if you start small, even if you're already on this journey, I am sure that a lot of you here already knew what I was speaking about. You could have spoken this class, like you could be sitting here rather than Radhika and talking about what I spoke today. But maybe this was a gentle reminder that what is the place that we should be coming from when we are seeking abundance, and remembering that abundance is not equal money. The misperception that abundance is all about money is wrong. That abundance is something that puts you on a pedestal, or it equates to your worth, is wrong. And of course, when you bargain, barter, or threaten the divine, that is not something that abundance holds within its energy either. So just remembering the two spaces, that is the mentality of scarcity, or it being in that manipulative mindset, or the place of love and compassion where everything good can be harbored. And with that, I will give my voice a pause and open the forum for question and answers. Thank you so much for hearing me out and keeping patience with me today. If anybody has any questions, please raise your hand and I'll be happy to take that.
Hello, ma'am. How are you?
Hi, I'm good.
That's good. Thank you for the session. I'm thinking understand that is everything should come from the love. If you are love, you attract more love, and then if you abundance. But let's say we have a mind of person who is not in love or is not feeling abundance. How you change mindset?
Namita, your voice is very muffled. If you can speak clearly, I'll be able to hear properly.
Okay, let me.
Is it better now?
Yeah, much better. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I was talking to the headphones, so maybe that's why. No,
Yeah.
I'm just thinking how you can change your mindset if it's not aligned with the divine.
It's very easy, actually. When you create that scenario, or when you create a narrative for yourself that everything in your life is happening because of someone else, which might be true, of course. I mean, in everybody's life, every action is equal to opposite and equal reaction. It's like basic physics. I mean, sometimes you might not be the person doing anything, and there might be a lot of pushover coming from someone else. But in that moment, which place are you coming from? Are you coming from the place of reaction, which is scarcity, or you're coming from a place of response, which is love? That makes a huge difference. You want to be in a state of peace, or you want to be in a state of war within yourself? What will you choose? I'm sure most of us here will agree on the peace. See, also, whatever we discuss here every day is not set in the stone, because sometimes situations can be different. What we are trying to share here is a major part and parcel of how we should live our life. This is like a standard we are setting for ourselves, and it also entails that sometimes you might have to put your foot down. Sometimes maybe the situation is such wherein you cannot feel love for the other person, you cannot be in gratitude. So in that time, choose your peace, choose your health, do not react, be quiet and move away. Remove yourself from that situation. Because that kind of situations will come many a times to all of us, just for the simple fact of being in this human form that there is. You will be agitated, you will be tested, but coming from that place of awareness can always lead you back to the love that you truly are within, because that is our natural form of being compassionate, of being kind.
So, ma'am, like if you're not feeling lack of, let's say, love, if you're not feeling lack of love from because of someone else, but you feel that lack of love, you identify within you that you don't have that. It's not because of someone else, not be giving you trouble. It's just your own negative thoughts. Then how you change that? How you become become an abundant mindset?
Then you apply everything that you have been taught until these many days in your classes. You start applying how to have best thoughts in life, how to journal, how to meditate, how to get the pyramid energy, how to get the best of Mother Earth. And also when negativity takes over, being coming from a serious point of note, remember to ground, remember to earth. And that is why grounding as a subject is very, very important, especially for women. And I'll tell you why I am seeing, there is no gender bias here. Anyone who relates to the feminine side of nature more, you could be in any body right now, because again, there is no gender bias. But if you are a very feminine person within your heart, you are such a caregiver. And this is for 90% of people I'm speaking, being a woman myself, or being in that feminine energy myself. That negativity is very easy to accumulate. We accumulate the most in our chest, the breast area, and our abdomen, the womb area. And it is important that we release. Lymphatic drainage is so important for us. And that is why that negativity harbors. We have so much on our shoulders already, because we carry a genic cycle we carry the whole world within our womb. There is a power that has been bestowed on us of giving birth. And even if we cannot give physical birth, we are someone who are very, very maternal in nature. We can seek anyone as a daughter or a son or whoever they think that they are for us. Our maternal instincts can, and you would be thinking where I'm going right now, but it is true. If we really go towards our core programming, you will understand that negativity which comes within us is because of the lack of service we hold to ourselves. I will treat myself later, I will eat later, I will think about myself later, my health comes later, everything, you become the last priority on your list because you're taking care of everyone around. And this is just one example. There are a lot of facets to this whole plethora of things that I'm speaking about here. It could be anything can be the trigger. So for you, for anyone, see, I can give you a foundation, but for any trigger that has made you reach here, only you can identify that trigger and help deal with all the tools that you're already provided with. So once you become aware of what is triggering those negative thoughts or negative patterns again and again, keeping you in a loop, keeping you in a cycle, making you feel that you do not have that love or that you lack that love, because you don't, of course, because that doesn't shine in your aura, that doesn't shine when you're speaking to people, or maybe you would be asking for someone else, of course. The natural ability of all of us, again, whether a man or a woman, comes from a place of love. It is through the social conditioning, through the surroundings, through the situations, we become who we are. So what is that particular situation, that particular standing, that particular trigger that made you to think the way you're thinking right now? If you identify that, it becomes easier to tackle that situation at all point in time. So
Yeah.
I hope I answered your question.
No, you did. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks.
Thank you. Yes. Are we speaking to Prasna next?
Up to you, ma'am. If there is some...
Yes. Yes, we can take Prasna next.
Okay. Ma'am, I'm recently finding connection with meditation and religion. So what is your...
You are in mute, Prasna.
Prasna, can we, can you please pardon your question?
Oh, yeah, sorry. I'm asking about your thoughts. Is there any connection between meditation and religion? Because recently I'm finding meditation in religion as well.
In what form of religion, if you can elaborate on that?
I can, in Hinduism, after puja and all, generally the saints will sit for tapas, which is like meditation again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, do you think there is connection with
There
spirituality?
is absolutely no connection between religion and spirituality. There is absolutely no connection between religious dogmas and meditation. And I'll tell you why I'm saying this. Everything that has been showed or encased in the or showcased in the religion today is a very trotted, very broken version of what Vedanta and Vedas have written, and which has led to especially the Indian Asian mindset to be where we are, that we have become so dependent on that particular statue in a temple. We think that that will help us be where we want to be. We have forgotten the reality of the source that lives within us. So yes, wherein there must be, they must be picking up the truth of what truly being in a form of tapas was. It can come into religion. The here and there's absolutely no relation of meditation and religion per se. And also, to correct not just you but many of us have this thought that Hinduism is a religion. Hinduism is a process of thought. The religion is Sanatan Dharma, or someone who believes in that Hinduism thought would be called Sanatani. So Sanatan Dharma is the religion here. The Sanatan Dharma is a religion. Hinduism was merely a thought which propagated Tat Tvam Asi, which is where the Vedanta comes in, wherein Shankaracharya comes in, wherein all the master comes in who speak about how we are not dual but one with the whole of this creation. That is, I hope I answered your question.
Kind of bit complex, but I will just revisit again just to make sure I understood well.
Okay, so I'll simplify this for you very, very quickly for everyone. Religion is not equal to meditation. Religion might have some forms of whatever we believe in, some forms of spirituality within, because of course it comes from a positive side. But why meditation is not equal to religion is because religion wants you to bind you or bound you in a certain thought process, making you believe that you have to live, sit, speak in a certain way, that you have to hate the other person.
Seems we have lost Radhika ji. We'll just give it a second. I think she's rejoining. We'll just bear with me. Yes, ma'am. Can you hear us?
Yes, I'm so sorry. My
That's fine.
internet, I don't know, something went weird with my internet.
That's fine,
I'm
ma'am. You're audible now.
Yes. So I was just simplifying the fact that religion basically binds us to dogmas where we are made to believe that you and I are different, that our beliefs are different, that we are not one, that maybe your blood is blue and mine is white. However, when we come into spirituality, when we come into meditation, we just know one fact, that thou art that, we are there. We are all one. There is no difference between you and I, and everything that we have created in this human form is but a creation of mind. So I would not totally negate that meditation cannot be in religion, but to equate meditation or spirituality and religion is a little wrong, because that will again, make us go into that religious belief system where there is no place of, at least in PSSM, there is no place for religion, because everyone here is welcome and this is a place of, oneness, for that matter. So I hope I was clear with what I wanted to say. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
And I hope I'm clearly audible to everyone. There is no issues hearing me, and
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
visible.
You're very
Yes,
clear.
Thank. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Um, is it Sohanji who has raised his hand previously? I cannot see his hand now. Sohanji, sorry. Do you have a question?
Ankit there is a question from Sohanji in the chat box, Radhika ma'am. Can you
Okay.
give a bit more explanation on what video you has
Sure.
shown related to blessings?
Sohan Sharma, yes. From time immemorial, we are talking of getting Ashirvad from elders, but Patriji say forget about this. Please clarify. Thanks. Okay. Because we are all gods. As simple as that. If you hear more videos of him, if anybody is comfortable with Hindi, English, you simply have to go to PMC channels, very readily available on YouTube. You can type Patriji and Patriji or any particular topic you want to talk about. That is Patriji and blessing, Patriji and death, Patriji. And there will be like plethora of videos in different language forms that you can get. What he meant was, seeking blessing does not equal to respecting someone. When you're seeking blessing, you're also coming from a place knowing or thinking that you need it because you are dependent on it. In PSSM, there is no dependency on a person, situation, place, or on yourself also. There is no dependency. We are very, very independent beings. But that also does not mean that we stop living in a social situation and we start cursing and, you just start shunning everything that we have always lived in. To be a meditator, to be a spiritual person means that we are awakening in our own truth, knowing that everyone on this planet comes from the same source. Respect is the only thing that lives here. Love is the only thing that lives here. And when we come from that place, maybe more than seeking blessings of our elders, we would be working around to shut the cow sheds and the dairy wherein the animals are being killed every day in the name of God as well. I mean, that is just one part of the question that I am. And this is, you might be thinking that maybe, today I'm in a very different energy zone, or I'm speaking in a very different manner. But this is something I truly believe in. This is something I passionately feel about. Clearing our minds of the limited beliefs that we have fed since we were children. Respecting an elder does not mean you have to touch down and touch their feet. In Indian system, from the time immemorial, actually, when you speak about time immemorial, we folded our hands in namaste, because that said, I recognize your soul and I bow down to the soul that you are, and I know that you and I are equals. There was never a pratha of touching feet in Indian or the Vedic system. It was a pratha of holding hands. So that is what he propagated. And Patri sir, for that matter, believed in respecting the elder and the younger ones equally. If he saw someone disrespecting the younger one, he would literally give them a year off. Because it happened with me. Someone dared to do that with me, and I saw him literally blasting that person because they did not respond to the namastes I said twice, knowing that they were elder to me and I was supposed to say namaste because that is what I feel in. He literally shouted on that person. So just coming from that place, in PSSM, we do not seek blessings, knowing that we are the blessed ones. We are already who we are. What we really seek is good company, the Sajjan Sangatya, and seeking the truth always, no matter who we are with. And if we really want to give respect, we fold our hands with humility and say namaste. That's all. Thank you. I hope I answered the question.
Thank you, ma'am. Payalji, you can go next.
Yeah. Hello, ma'am.
Hi.
Hi. Yeah. So my question is, like, you said abundance comes from love. Yeah. So, and fear is scarcity. Yeah. But if somebody's fear, which is, like the negative thought, is your irritant and is a constant irritant, then how should one resolve oneself? Because now I've understood that it is about you. It is about you. You don't have to raise the finger on the other person. Yeah, I'm better enough with that. But then how should I completely, makes myself understand that let him think whatever way he is thinking? Because, for me, the fear word doesn't come. Like, I'm not able to actually perceive the feature. I mean, fear. But if somebody who's very close to you, every second he is just perceiving the fear. This might happen, this might happen, this might happen. But I'm not able to perceive the fear. Then how should I remove my irritation? That's my question.
By accepting. By accepting who you are and by accepting who the other person is. Acceptance is the key to awareness. And when the acceptance happens, whether for yourself or for the other person, any sort of ego, any sort of judgment, any sort of presumptions, any sort of opinion that you're formed about yourself or the other person or a situation simply drops. Only because you took the first step and you accepted that this is the situation and here is what I need to do about this situation. For example, as I said, not every time everything happening in your life can be your own thing. Yes, sometimes the outer circumstances can be really challenging. And it is true because it is a part of being in this human form. But when those outer challenges are happening, how are you responding or reacting to that situation again is the key to everything. When you accept that, okay, maybe, for example, let's talk about the basic one, because a lot of people today, especially in today's day and time, mostly people have relationship issues. When we accept that, okay, there was something done by the other person which has led me to react in a certain way. But also at the same moment, when you accept that person for their shortcomings, not holding any grudges, not holding any judgment, not holding any opinion, you come to a place of peace, also realizing what you could have done better. How could you have responded to that particular situation that you did not? And circling back to your heart and knowing that, this is how I can remove that irritation or I can remove that thought about myself and come from a place of newer understanding, of a newer version of me, and live the life that you're truly meant to live. And I think there is no simple way to put this. I think that was the simplest example that I could give to help understand the particular question. I hope I answered your question, Payal. And yes, going to Kalpana now.
Thank you, Radhika ma'am. The session was wonderful. This is what
Thank
exactly
you.
I wanted to hear today. Thank you so much. I just have one question on Guru Dakshina ma'am. So because we are not praying God in PSSM, but our Guru provides us guidance. So I have seen people, praying to Guru like God. They wash their feet and they do Guru Purnima. So it's a big celebration. So this is again going, in a different direction. So I just want to understand how far we should go about, treating Guru. Like, I know we have to respect each and every one. Like how far we can take this up, like, Guru.
See, to answer this would be very, I would say it's a very complicated question because every person has a different way of perceiving their own situation with a particular person. For me, when I speak of Patri sir, for me, he was my Dumbledore, he was my Santa Claus, he was my father, mother, my best friend, my everything. But that does not entail that I would lie on his feet and I will start washing his feet. But yes, on many occasions, I felt a lot of motherly love for him. Like I needed to take care of him. Like if someone was really irritating him, I would like feel those anger issues. Like I would like want to punch their face. But also coming back to my senses, I was like, who am I to interfere? Because sir always taught us one thing, no interference. Okay. So I'll tell you where I'm coming from, where I'm going with this. So when he said no interference, for me, whatever the other person was feeling or doing with him was their call, and was their call, was their their choice of treating him however they wanted to treat him. If he is not saying something, if he is not opposing, or if he is not taking a stand for him, that was a reminder enough for me that I need to be quiet. And again, I'll speak from personal examples, because that is how we seek each other in our day-to-day life in PSSM, right? So coming to your question, it is totally on you how you want to treat that person. But if you are an awareness, you would know that putting someone on the pedestal of a god will only mean that you think yourself as a low person, that you think yourself as you are not equal to that person. Now, again, I'm not saying that you start acting and talking like Patriji, because he has his own energy. We can't be him. We can't be him. We can be only Radhika and Kalpana and Sarvoj and Ankit and Payal and everyone here out there. We are own unique. We are very unique in our own energy, in our own uniqueness that there is. But also sometimes Patri sir would let it happen. If there are 30 people saying we want to wash your feet, he would let it happen. You know why? And there's a very simple example to this. You cannot take somebody's 30 seconds away from them where they want to feel that feeling of divineness or feeling of that love they want to show to the other person, whoever it is. Again, no interference here. But always going back to the awareness as you, as an individual, what you have learned from those 18 principles, what you have learned from Patriji in his actions, in his speech, in his thoughts, and all the Sajjan Sangatya we keep doing. So you decide in the end, it is your choice. I know it went really lengthy right now with this answer, but it is always our choice how we want to treat a particular person, situation, or anything in our life for that matter. And I cannot be anyone to interfere in that particular situation. So everything depends upon our thought and mind. That's all I want to say on this.
No, understood, ma'am. Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you, Kalpana. I saw Simi raising her hand twice. We can take that as a last question and then we can close. Hi, Simi. You can unmute yourself.
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry, I got disconnected. So was this question for me? Like, can I talk?
Yes, of course, you can talk.
Okay, sure. Hi, everyone. First of all, thank you for a beautiful, blessed session, Radhika. It was really purely lovely meditation. I had a really amazing, blessed time.
I'm glad.
What I wanted, that's good. What I wanted to just share with everyone, which is my personal experience, just to add on to your session, if I can. Is it okay if I share that with everyone?
Yes, of course. You do not need to
Okay.
seek anybody's permission. Please go ahead and share.
Oh, no, I'm just using my boundaries to ask my permission or get your permission to do it.
Yes,
So
please.
with Parul's question, is it Parul Garg? She was trying to identify, a certain. So basically, we were talking about how we pray to gods and we pray to gurus and why we have to do certain things and how we can find connection. Namita had a question similar to that, connection to ourselves. So basically, what I don't know, it might help people with this. What I found is basically whenever someone's showing a certain trait, a certain behavior which doesn't agree to us in any scenario, say in religion, in jobs, at work, in home, with your relationships, with your kids, it's actually this has helped me, and I've done this for probably as long as I've been a mom, which is 22 years, and I've been married for 30 years, is always seeing the behavior and giving myself a pause and saying to myself, where have I seen this behavior in me? Where have I seen this? Who have I done this to? and who actually saw that. So I started doing this from my childhood. Who was doing this to me? My auntie, my mom, my dad, whatever, and who saw it, and how did that impact me? So that made me come to the level of I have this trait. If I have this trait, that means I am equal to this person, even if it's a good trait or a bad trait, which makes me connect to that person and have the compassion to open my heart to not react or not respond, even, but just to hold the space for that person to be what they are trying to be at that point, so that they can open themselves up to the safety of who they're in front of, which is myself, and reveal their full self to come to the point where we can just be one, which is I am exactly like who you are, and you are exactly like who I am. So if we can all do this, this brings, like, from your childhood, if you start from when you were little, whatever you can remember, this is a very, very good exercise, what I found, to ground your ego, to make yourself be with whosoever you are. It doesn't have to be a guru. It doesn't have to be, uh, like, I can give you so many examples and this can go on, but you can start from when you were little, then you go into your middle school, then you go into your high school, then you go into your relationship, your friendships, then you go into your neighborhoods, then you go into your whatever, and all these traits that you don't even think you have. The only thing we have to do is work on ourselves, right? Nothing else, just work on ourselves. So when we start doing that, we connect to that oneness of everyone on this planet. So it can be any nationality, it can be anyone who is doing anything in life, like, doesn't matter, a kid, old man, guru, priest, everyone. So, like, I think it's just a wonderful exercise. And if you want, I have, like, lots of notes on this practice that I've been doing for so many years. It's a wonderful exercise, and lot of things, how many traits we have, we don't even know. And then we start saying things like, we I've never done this. If it was me, I would never do that. That's not a correct statement. You would do exactly the same, but you never got an opportunity. Like, people say, how can someone actually, I'm going to just share an experience. It's not my experience, but in our society, when they say, oh, he was a priest, how did he molest so many people? Oh, well, he got the opportunity. And if anyone else would get the opportunity, we humans are a race that can do anything, because you don't see animals suicide, they don't suicide. It's the humans who do things like that. So we don't judge anyone. We just say who we have seen do something like that, and how it made the other, can we, like, all that. So I think, I don't know, but it's just something that's helped me with coming to the point that we are all one. We are all the same. No one is better than the other. And we are just in that oneness, we are all the same.
I think I would say I'm grateful for you being such a polite savage here right now for so many people, because I think that was the most amazing thing I've heard, and I think you've summarized the whole the whole of what I was saying.
Yes.
As in simple terms, what Simi was sharing here is we are mirrors of each other. So whenever what she meant was that if you really see a behavior in someone and that you say that you are not doing this, but you would have done the exactly same, and it's true that most of the times, maybe 80% of the time, we would do the exact same thing when we think that we would not do that. And I think everyone in our lives, we have seen that pattern repeating. So to say, to live a very fulfilling life is to see where the behavior is coming from. And thanks, Simi, for actually putting it out so beautifully. And you should definitely share it with the whole group. So how you practice that, because that is, again, this is a part of being in a Sajjan Sangate. Whatever we are learning, it is actually lessening the efforts for the other people to start afresh and, take a newer step into a healthier, newer us. That is what reinventing ourselves is all about. So thanks a bunch for sharing what you just shared. I'm really, really happy to hear. Thanks
I
for
feel
being here.
blessed.
Yeah.
Just
Thank you
last
so
thing,
much, Sunil. Yeah.
that's fine. I just wanted to share one last thing before I leave. Was the sun shines on everyone. So basically, if you're out, which means that if we are meditating, we will get there. The only thing we have to keep doing is keep following the anapanasati and the breath work that we're doing. So sun is shining. We are on the path. So it will shine on everyone. So we don't have to go to temples. We don't have to do anything but do what we're doing. So, we are in the light. We are in a beautiful place, all of us. Thank you.
Right. Just conscious of time, I don't think we have got any more hands up right now, so we might just conclude the session here. Thank you, Radhika ji, so much for your time sharing such valuable insights on the most important topic, abundance. Absolutely loved your presentation. The three misinterpretations or misconceptions that we have, and more importantly, the three misbehaviors that we tend to develop to attain abundance, that is begging, bargaining, or threatening divine. Then the Pitama Patriji's video that made it very clear. We don't need to look outside. It's all within us. We just need to be more conscious, meditate more, or in Patriji's language, बैठ के अभ्यास करो, ध्यान करो, सब हो जाएगा. Thanks to all the masters for joining as well, making the session more meaningful. With this, we'll conclude the session for today.